How everybody doing? Chris Drummond from Progressive Action. I ain't gonna be long. I know it's been a minute, but things going on around here like always. But before I start, let me go right in with this overtime. They cutting overtime, right? So, in business, right? If people get bonuses, if the hourlies don't get bonuses, lower management don't get bonuses, they don't get bonuses on top, up top. So I guarantee you that these folks that want to cut the overtime there got their bonuses this year. This is bonus time. And they made this announcement after they got their money at 2 Broadway. Guarantee you there's folks that got bonuses. And they want to cut into our money, our livelihoods. So we work for a bunch of hypocrites. Same thing with dual employment. There's no other jobs out here. City jobs. Any jobs where you can't work somewhere else or have dual employment. They don't do it at FDNY. They don't do it at sanitation. They don't do it in the police department. And these folks, they have jobs that what you would call, I think being a cop or being a firefighter is a safety sensitive gig. I think you got to have all your faculties when you're out there protecting us and protecting, doing those jobs, fighting fighters and watching over dangerous criminals and what have you. But we can't have dual employment. And everybody who works at transit know damn well they don't give a damn if we're exhausted. They don't give a damn how much sleep. They talk that 16-hour thing, that 14-hour thing. They don't give a damn. When they need you, they need you. They don't care how. They don't want to know if you're exhausted. They don't care how many Red Bulls, how many coffees you have to drink to stay up. But you have some sort of incidents, there's problems. So this company just want to control us. They don't want you to have a life. They don't want you to file a 1099. They don't want you to have a SEP, retirement, IRA. They want you to be completely dedicated to the MTA. Mr. Davey, President Davey's always talking about this North Star initiative. He's always talking about we got 4 million today. We have record passengers. We broke record 4 million Thursday, another 4 million Friday. Keep up the good work. Thursday, 4 million Friday. Keep up the good work. But they don't have no money. I guarantee you, again, forgive me being redundant, that Mr. Davey got his bonuses. I guarantee you that they got their bonuses at MTA. Guarantee you. But they want to put pressure on the little guy. They want to keep their foot on our necks. They want us scrambling like pigeon for crumbs now for this OT. And here come the union. I seen something yesterday. If you ain't getting paid or they mess with your time, your slips and all that. Come on, give me a break. Transit does what it does because we have a weak union. I know people. What's up? How you doing? I know people who are in management, and they hate the unions. The unions keep the pressure up. The last thing they want to have is a confrontation with the union, these unions. Not here. There's no fear of our union, and there's no fear of TWU Local 100. That's a fact. You can feel it. You can feel it. Let me talk about management real quick. This guy, Herbie Lambert, since I came to transit, these old timers, they talk about Herbie Lambert. Like nobody speaks of him other than saying he's despicable. Other than saying that he's a rotten human being. I think he's a VP, senior VP. They got him an RCC. At least a lot of these upper management know how to act, no matter what their motives is. They put on a good front. Dimitri, Creslow, Richie Day. Davey, the president. This guy gets on trains, a senior VP, and tries to intimidate people. He got nothing better to do but try to intimidate people. And he retired. And they brought this monster back. This is the company that we work for. And what I'm talking about, and Miss Lord at Canarsie and Leffert, taking people out of service. Don't we have enough to deal with? Then to come to work and you talking about somebody's shirt or somebody's hat? Instead of letting them go do their jobs, they got to start the day signing in with this ratchet, miserable old woman that management does nothing about. It must be 100 G2s written on her or about her, and she continue the same behavior. But this is the company. If you got a senior VP that got nothing to do but ride trains and bang on conductors' doors and fabricate tales about them not making announcements, what you expect from the dispatchers? What you expect from the ATDs? What you expect from the TSSs? It's a trickle-down effect. Because we work for a company that don't have HR to go to. And you go to their EEO. The EEO is strictly there to protect this company. That's why we got to start going outside this company. We got to let the world know what they're doing. Because we think this is normal. And you got so many of our brothers and sisters who think this is normal. These folks got their foot on in that. Imagine you can't sell blankets in your spare time. You can't show pictures. You can't be a photographer and sell your photos. You can do real estate. You can get a bank loan from home. You don't got to go to a bank to get a bank loan. You can do everything remotely now. But we can't do that. We can't have a life. Our life has to be in the service of the MTA. This dual employment thing is a joke. It's a joke when they pretend, again, I'll say it again. It's a joke when they pretend they care about us being fatigued. And our fatigue might jeopardize our lives and the lives of the passengers. They could care less about that when they call you and say, who wants to do overtime? They could give a damn about that when they need a pudding, a layup, or an extra trip. They don't give a damn about that. But they do care about controlling our lives. And they got a union that does nothing to push back. And they say, damn, Drummond and Trammell and Progressive Action and everybody else are making videos, always getting at the union. Yo, kudos to all the unions. Let me say that with the Tier 6. That move, 3 to 5, that was good. That was good for all the unions, not just, I didn't see TWU doing nothing. If they had transparency, we know where was they keeping us up to date on the progress of Tier 6. What was that on the website? We just met with this congressman. We just met with this person. I see a video recently they put up with Kemp. Kemp, who came from Progressive Action. If Kemp spearheaded it, y'all sure didn't give him any credit. Who was his election year? This was Richie Davis's doing? None of the other unions had anything to do with it. It was just us. It was us, the fight. There ain't no fight here. And let me talk about, what's up, brother? Let me talk about Sis. With this, I see online that folks mocking Sis. When you scared, what would you do if you scared? There's people that murdered people and they were scared. They were just scared. The person wasn't bothering them. They were scared. There's parents that hide bodies for their kids. There's people that are scared and coax and got to get money for people. People put pressure on. They're scared. There's people that in love, forget fear. There's people that rob banks. People that do things for their loved ones. Forget the fear emotion. But under duress, anybody will do anything. And here we are judging sis. Laugh. I saw a supervisor, what's his name, Valdez, you creep. I know you, I seen your arbitration. You creep. Put on checkmate. And he said, this dude said, who cashes their check? Who go to check cashing place? That was a comment. Like he's in upper wealth management. Like he got a diversified portfolio. And he got the nerve to condescend for our brothers and sisters who go to check cashing place. Who cash their checks at check cashing places. As if some people don't like banks. Let people do what they do with their money, but this is what happens. Folks get a dime over a dollar, and they think they better than anybody. And judging people. This is a problem here with this short money. That's the problem here. And again, the culture of these supervisors down here who would never couldn't get a woman if they wasn't here. Couldn't get anybody, just like what's going on in them depots. You use your job and your positions and people's plight. Are there respect for your authority? Are there fear of your authorities to get a woman for some sex? These are the people who transit has put in positions of authority, who's abusing, then going to try to look down. Anyone here is capable of doing anything and put in any situation. Nobody's perfect. That's why Jesus died for our sins. Nobody's perfect. And y'all going to get on sis. And let me tell you about, she's going to get charged with, I believe, with filing a false report. But let me tell y'all something. These supervisors, there's no cases at 2 Broadway, at Labor Relations, if these supervisors don't write you up. The same supervisors, if I had the dime for every supervisor to say that this is nothing, I just need the G2, and they wound up turning into discipline, I'll be filthy rich. So when we talk about false reports, you know how many supervisors I've seen at 2 Broadway who wrote false reports? You know sometimes them officers got to call them supervisors, or them supervisors call Labor Relations to try to make sure that we punish, and the officers of Labor Relations are getting on them and say, don't ever do this again. Don't ever file a report like this again. You know how many superintendents, dispatchers, TSS fabricate stories? And it was a TSS and the TSS superintendent knows this is a lie. And they still submit it to 2 Broadway. And you know what happens? You get a re-instruction. They thought, well, they don't care that you waste your time. That you came to Labor Relations 2 Broadway on your day off. That you was stressed out over this discipline that you know that was a motherfucking lie. They file false report every day. And you got the nerve to be on groups trying to mock and ridicule sis because she was scared of a place that disciplines us like it's going out of style. Who discipline the hourly, so to speak, and their workforce at a whim, at their leisures, for shits and giggles. That's the type of company that we work for. So before you judge sis, what would you do? Sis was scared. Sis was scared. Sis, nothing else. Nothing else, because you work in a scary job. You work in a job, in the place where you get disciplined for human error, and they don't give a damn. Because they want you to be scared. They want you to be holding. You got so many of our brothers and sisters who work every day and scared to death about making a mistake down here. Scared to death. And the same company that don't give a damn if you get, somebody got hurt the other day. You know what Soup said? I want to see the bruises. A brother fell down the steps. And let me say that one of the union reps sent him the wrong place. For the union reps, if you don't go instant testing, you go straight to 130. You don't go to 2 Broadway. It's kind of union reps we have, right? The superintendent, let me see the bruises. Threatening people that we got the cameras, trying to deter you from going out. This is why wouldn't sis be scared? The type of environment we work in. How many people they send the arbitration, the charges they concocted against Trammell. All of a sudden, years later, it's social media is an issue. And brothers and sisters, I heard the union, watch what you say on social media. This is America. All of a sudden, watch what you say on social media. What they in our business for? We ain't supposed to say nothing. We supposed to suffer in silence? Type of place we work for. So stop with the judge. It can happen to anybody. I've seen vets who've been here 35 years scared to death and had impeccable records. And they were scared. Petrified of this bullying company who don't want you to have a life. Who don't want you to do anything that's going to build some generational wealth for you. They want you to die here. Or they want you to die as a result of working there. They don't care. Richie Davey in 5 years, the president and Lieber, they'd be somewhere else. Half them folks at 2 Broadway, this is just something to put on their resume. And they're going to keep it moving. They work for the biggest transportation metro in the world, one of them. In the world. That's a good thing to have on your resume. You work for the MTA. So they're going to leave their footprints on our back for years to come. This company, I wrote some notes. What else? Farm Force reports, this, under, and let me say this about sis. Jessie Agueda, you feel, sis. Sis wanted to change her G2. You wouldn't allow her. Everybody has a right to amend their G2. She wanted to. She knew the consequences of changing her G2. She knew she erred. She knew she made a mistake. She wanted to change her, and you stopped her. You stopped her from changing. That was her right. And the VP and all your reps, if you go on vacation, don't pick up the phone. These reps pick up the phone. Oh, I'm in Guatemala right now. I'm in Vegas. So they want you to know they're working so hard. I've never told a rep. I never told my brothers and sisters that I was on vacation. They didn't know my RDOs. So if you're on vacation, don't pick up the phone. The members don't need to know where you at. This disingenuous, and Canelo Gomez told Sister resign. Resign. That's like going to court and saying, yo, I'm guilty, it's over. That's what kind of leadership we have at this union. And you want that to stop, you better vote for Trammell as VP. You better rock with progressive action for the first time. You have Trammell there. And you have a force of progressive action there. A team. And things will be different. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. Because ain't nothing changed. New RTO, that's a joke. What's changed? What's changed? Station agents make more than conductors. That's changed under Canelo's watch. He talked about transparency. We didn't see that coming. For the first time in the history of MTA, station agents make more than conductors. And it's a promotion when you come to RTO from stations. In the history, that's how's the new RTO. You had to fill out these workplace violence things. Because what he did at Bedford Park, you had to fill them forms out everywhere. Take a moment out your lunch. Are you trying to unwind before you go back on the road? That's what's changed while he's been. That's the new RTO. These work programs, these jobs that everybody's been waiting to get. Wait for your shot. I want this a trip and a half. I want this one tripper. I want this 10, 40 hours that's gone now. That's what's changed under him. He was supposed to change discipline. I said it before. All he did was get us more discipline. And he got disciplined. That's what's changed under him. He's done nothing. So listen, all right, in the history of RTO, there's never been a uncouth, more disrespectful VP in the history of RTL. How many crew rooms has he went to? And members, which is their right to ask a question or inquire about something. And he swell up like a gorilla on them. Or he gets in a confrontation with a verbal confrontation. In the history of RTL, who's been more embarrassed than RTL? We had during contract time, we got a VP that couldn't even come on the property. He's walking around with 30 in the final now. First VP to call the police on the member. That's the new RTO under him. So you can rock with the pool table, take care of it. Play pool. I know some of y'all got the stick. Have a good time at these parties. Get these what you call them, these video games, whatever, PlayStations. Because the union is willing to pay you now. They want to pay you for this vote. It's been 30 months where they've done nothing. We come out of COVID and we treat it worse. It's worse. And then they come, we don't get no overtime now. But they get theirs, though. They tout all the success. How ironic. Richard Davey send emails out and make videos about this North Star initiative, how successful it is. All the customers coming back. The ridership. And they cut your money. Your money that you're going to have to pay. It's also under his watch and Richard Davis' watch and all their watch. That congestion pricing come. Forget them. NYPD ain't entitled to get across them bridge. Sanitation ain't entitled to come across them bridges for free. Corrections ain't entitled. Department none of them. We entitled to that. We work here. We get more work on us. Those people park their cars and getting on the train. We're going to be burdened and we get nothing in the history of negotiations. There's never been in the history of contract negotiation, this congestion pricing, that we get more work and we get nothing for it. We're getting taxed. When you cross that bridge, it's a tax. I just read today 2.8% inflation for food and gas and electric. And we got to pay to cross the bridge, nothing. They talk about who get the discount here, and we get nothing for this congestion pricing, but more folks on our trains and buses. What kind of union we have? Am I lying? Oh, under Canela Gomez watch, we got COVID. Who would imagine? Who would imagine that comp could get worse? Who would imagine that? And transparency, who told us about Corvell? Who told us about this debacle? That transit will be taking over our comp. Who told us about that? Who went to crew rooms to explain what was going on with this Corvell Corporation, which is a complete disaster? A complete disaster. Where was the transparency? Everybody got on their skates to try to sell us that contract in RTO. They couldn't tell us nothing about Corvell. And it's worse. Their job is to get us back to work. It ain't to help us. I've heard some of them conversations. I've been on the line listening. They don't care. This is this company we work for. This god-awful company. So listen, if a pool table tennis Pac-Man machine, Call of Duty game can do it for you, I could dig it. Because soon as you leave that crew room, or soon as you leave whatever barbecue or party or raffle, this ain't going nowhere. The pain that we get on a daily basis is not going nowhere. It's like shooting dope. When you come down, your problem's still here. When you come off out that hangover, the same reason you decide to get drunk, the problem is still there. Our problems ain't going nowhere. And no amount of pool tables and games and bribes and trips are going to change that. We're worse off since COVID. Because they don't care. This company does not care. And members first, that's Stand United. I told you. Members first is like putting a Louis Vuitton sticker on a Target bag and saying you got a luxury bag. You look at them posters. Everybody who you see on Members First is going to be on, you can put them side by side. The same people. But what they did for the folks that crossed over and sold us out, they didn't want to run under Stand United. Yo, they going to say we went to Stand United. Okay, I got an idea. They stupid. We'll change the name. You can't shine a turd. It is what it is. And we got a weak union, and management knows it. We got a union where the president say, don't say that again. Don't you ever try to stop service again. I spoke to them, and they're not going to do it. How the hell can the president say that to a union? To 44,000 members? Who Richie Davey think he is? We the people. We run New York. Do y'all understand that? The cops don't, sanitation don't, correction don't. We move these folks. These millions of tourists. We do it. And it means nothing. Because we got weak and feckless leaders. Members first, that's a joke. Members first is an absolute joke. Oh, let me talk real quick before I get out of here. It's been a minute. I had some things on my chest. Don't forget the rally on May 1st. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed out here. They don't give a damn. If they gave a damn about us, we wouldn't even have no problems with comp. There wouldn't be no carve-out. They don't care about us risking our lives. COVID proved that. The contract proved that. That punk $1,000 that's coming in October that the union held to October because it's close to election proves that. They don't give a damn about us at all. But I went to the Mac the other day, right? Real quick. And this for transit too. I went to the Mac. Got my doctor's lines and all that. I've been out for a minute. And then they tell me that I needed more. Now, I go to a specialist for what's ailing me. And they telling me, this is hilarious, that what my doctor's saying, like what they said, I don't know how much documentation that they want from me. But what they doing at the Mac now is this. Same thing with employee variability. They want everybody on them trains, on them buses, on the platforms. They fudging numbers. And then they're going to tell you, and then they're going to tell you that your documentation from your specialist ain't sufficient. And to add injury to insult, or insult to injury, whatever way you want to put it, these fools going to tell me I need doctor's lines. That and let me say this to transit. Do what you going to do. Ain't nothing fun about drumming. You're not getting no doctor lines when I go back to the Mac. I promise you that. Keep this for the arbitrator. Well, I'm gonna have my doctor. You put me out. You put me out. We're not bringing doctor's lines for you. If I'm sick, I fill out doctor's line. Why I'm sick? Why I wasn't at work? This is my documentation from my doctor. You put me out. I'm not bringing you no doctor's line. Are you out your mind? And let's take you wherever it's gonna go. When I go back there on the 15th, I won't have no doctor's lines. I'll bring my paperwork if I can get into my doctor. These fools will have you see a specialist and say, listen, this ain't right. We need something else. We need to put something else there. And they don't give a damn if you go to the storefront. They don't give a damn if you went to urgent care. They don't give a damn if you went to somebody's basement. How you ill and you can, anybody that got a doctor, my doctor, he gonna see me soon. I might not see my doctor till October. Soon, some of my doctors I'm not gonna see till November. You think I could walk in and out at whim, at your whim? Ain't none of them folks at the Max specialists about nothing. But follow on the mandate from 2 Broadway, from Richie Davy, and Jan O'Leave and whoever. I saw, working at 2 Broadway, I saw folks that got hurt on the job. 300 sick days, exhausted sick days. Get held out service by the MAC for months. Exhausted. Won't happen with me though. Exhausted their savings. Because no work available. They had no sick days. They had to retire. They couldn't do it no more. They was at their wits' end with this paperwork. This is what this company does. Listen, this company don't give a y'all got to get it through this head. You have this job because you worked for this job. They didn't give you nothing. You have no reason to be grateful. Yes, thank Jehovah that you find gainful employment, you're ready to buy a house and put your kids through school, able to buy a house and put your kids through school and things like that. But you don't owe these folks nothing here. Nothing. You did it, not them. And we got to buck up and fight. We got to fight. They have no respect for us. And they have absolutely no respect for our union. We don't have respect for our union. This union is a joke. This union is a joke. It's a joke. And everything that you see transit doing is a reflection of a weak union. So Canelo can pretend, yo, if you're not getting OT, they're not filling out your slips or what have you, hit me, emails, you done nothing but embarrass us. Pose after that assault at Bedford Park. Give out bats after that assault at Bedford Park. Take photos after that assault. Get your interview when the Soup interviewed you. If y'all ever see that G2, he had a meltdown. He had a meltdown. One thing about Tremel, he has no reason, and myself, and all of us to kowtow and bow down to Stand United, because it ain't happening. If it was happening, I would be at Stand United right now. They couldn't bribe me. Nothing they could say to me that I was going to be with them. It wasn't going to happen. I'm sorry that we got so many men down here, so many people in this union who won't stand up for what's right, and they know it. They know it inside they're not standing up, and the people around them know they don't stand up for what's right and fight for us. That's a fact. And the folks running for president, the candidate, we ain't heard nothing from y'all. Y'all didn't go to lobby day, which was strange to me. What, Tramel's supposed to get at? Are we supposed to get at Richie Davis? We ain't running for president. I ain't heard nothing about Richie Davis. We got candidates running for president. I want to hear something. How you got? I can tell you right now, it will not be the same. Everything, the discipline, the bullying, I guarantee you that. That won't happen under Progressive Action Watch. That's a fact. Things got to change down here in a major way. In a major way. We can't be beholden. Do you know who hold us down? Good supervisors. That's perverse. God bless y'all. The good soups. Supervisors. And the good soups. The dispatchers, TSSs, ATDs, TDs. God bless y'all. They holding us down. And the fighters around here that you're calling. The calls ain't stopped with me. You got people that don't even call the union. You know what I mean? Calls I don't get 200 a day like Canella said he used to get. Because they don't want to bother me. They can't find nobody. There ain't no drum name in the union no more. They can't find nobody. Because nobody care. This is a calling. This is not an opportunity to get away from your tools. It's a calling. It's a calling to advocate and fight and stand up for your brothers and sisters. Housing. We don't got no housing. They don't talk about housing. They building up housing all over the place. We can't get a piece of that pie. Very few people getting on that lottery. But my battery about to go dead. I did that on purpose. Everybody be safe. Assault rally, May 1st. I hope everybody there. And take care and be safe.